guys, today I am here to film a review on the Desi and Katy times Dose of Colors Friendcation palette. I was here for it the minute I saw the packaging. I knew I wanted it, didn't need to open it, didn't need to see the colours. I just wanted the sparkly packaging, not gonna lie. But if you want to see the review and how to achieve this look right here, then please keep on watching. Okay, just begin with a brow pump to get yourself excited. As usual, taking my LILYYW eyeshadow base on a Zoeva 233 brush and patting that in. That's how you put this base on. It's a very particular method, and I believe the LILYYW's website has tips or even videos on how to put it on if you're needing more help. Okay, now we're taking the shade Girl Bye on the kyliecosmetics Me3 brush. I took a fair bit of the product, but it is also so pigmented. As you can see, I didn't really have any fallout either, so I was super impressed with the pigmentation of this shade. And it blended so easily, so wow, off to a good start. So I'm using a lot of little circular motions to kind of keep this shade right in the fold where the lid meets the crease, because I don't want to take this dark shade too high, but I'm not too concerned with it going onto the lid. Now I'm taking Just a Kiss on the Zoeva 228 brush. This is quite a fluffy brush and I have just loved it lately. I'm sorry the camera didn't focus very well here, but this brush is just incredible. It is tapered in at the top just slightly so it can keep a very controlled blend, but it's also very fluffy and gets the job done. Now I'm just taking the shade Necessary on the Sigma E35 brush and just perfecting that outer blend with the lighter shade that I'm going to use today. I actually wanted to just add some purple shades to this look, so I took the Be Perfect Cosmetics Carnival Palette in collaboration with Stacey Marie on the Zoeva 228 brush. And I'm just taking this deep purple shade to really add some depth right into that fold or right in the crease line. I always take my darker shade that I'm going to put in the crease last, because you've already done the groundwork for this perfect ombre look from the darkest shade up to the lightest all the way to the brow, so it makes it a lot easier to blend without making mistakes. I actually didn't have any fallout so far, but I just wanted to put some translucent powder under my eye in case, because I already had my base on. Now into the LILYYW's base again and the Zoeva 233 brush, and we're cutting out the center of the lid to create that halo eye. I actually went in with this big brush but then decided to swap to my little round brush. This is just from an Urban Decay palette. So I typically like to use brushes that have rounded off bristles at the top. I just find it really helps to cut that rounded out halo shape. Now I'm just taking this glorious colour called Dirty Money on the Zoeva 233 brush and spraying it with Fix Plus. Fix Plus or water just gives any shimmer shade that extra power, that extra in your face, glow into the high heavens kind of thing. Now I always take a small brush to get right up where the top of the cutout is, just to make sure that line of the green shade is as sharp as it can get. Okay, so now I'm just taking Wasted from the Carnival palette on the Sigma E25 brush and placing this on the outer edges of the lid. Oh my goodness, how good does purple and green look together? As you can see, when I'm placing this purple, I'm creating a V, so I'm starting wide at the top and coming in thinner at the bottom. I just really love how this looks on a halo eye. Alright, so now I'm just taking that deep purpley shade again on the Sigma E55 brush to do the lower lash line. Alright, let's just talk about the palette quickly. Every shade that I used was so good, so pigmented, blended like a dream, and I had no fallout from any of the shades I used from the Dose of Colors palette. And that green shimmer shade has me seriously shook. The packaging is absolute goals, and I'm not even upset. I paid 79 Australian dollars for a 10 eyeshadow palette, so it's totally worth it. My camera had just died, so I was showing you I'd put white on the lower lash line, and now into my LILYYW lashes in the style Amrezy. And that's the eye look basically done, so let's jump into the rest of the face. Okay, so now that the eyes are done, I'm going to go on to contouring, highlighters and all that jazz. Alright, so I'm going to take my kyliecosmetics PpF3 brush into my Sculpt and Glow palette from Model's Own. Looks like this. Yes, you can see I love that shade. Well, I build up my contouring and bronzer quite slowly to make sure I don't overdo it or it gets muddy. Always do the forehead. I love this brush for contouring. It creates such a defined line for me right here, but without being too sharp. Bring my bronzer or contour right up here around the very border of my face the whole way around. Not really far in here, just right on the border of your hairline. Right, to cut out my cheeks, I'm going to take my Thin Lizzy sponge and my Maybelline Fit Me powder. So I just run the tip end on one side into it, like that. And then I use the tip for the sharp cutting out, so starting here and just dragging that down. So starting up at the ear and just dragging it down. Alright, time for highlighting. So I'm actually going to take this goldy shimmer shade in Just a Kiss from the palette. Now, keep in mind though it is glittery, so if you hate glittery highlights, this is probably not for you, but I just want to test it out. I'm going to use my Zoeva 129 Luxe Fan Brush from the All Night Long collection. Alright, and just rub that in. I'm not sure how this is going to go, so let's just try. Ooh, yeah. That actually looks quite pretty, but it is a chunky shimmer, so it kind of leaves chunky bits on your face. I'm going to try another technique to put it on. I'm actually going to dip my sponge into it and then spray it with a Fix Plus. Oh my god. Oh my lord. Whoa. That actually really helped blend it all together, and as you can see, it is so bright now. Okay, so the sponge and the Fix Plus really works. That is crazy. I'll do my Cupid's bow. And I'm just going to brush away now this powder. I want to keep the look kind of dark, so I was thinking a deep red lip. I'm going for it. Now I'm taking Drop Dead Red Melted Matte Liquid Lipstick from Too Faced. Now I'm actually going to add the Dose of Colours lip gloss in Goalz over the top because I just want to continue this sort of high shine, glossy kind of look. And it's so pretty. I am literally living for this gloss. It is so glossy, but it's not sticky, and it's got really tiny foil gold in it. So nice. It's time for my final thoughts. I absolutely loved all of the shades I tried in the Friendcation palette. I love the packaging, like I am living for it. I probably would have bought it just for that, to be honest. Anything that sparkles. Everything on the lid is still looking really good. The green shimmer shade hasn't creased, or you know how sometimes shimmers start to come off or they don't stick in certain points? That hasn't happened yet, so I'm really happy. Considering I paid 79 Australian dollars for this 10 shade eyeshadow palette, it was totally worth it. But yeah, so I would totally recommend buying it just from what I've tried, but I will continue to create looks for you guys to see, and then you can decide for yourself. I cannot wait to jump into the blue shade. I mean, I can't even cope. But anyway, thanks guys for watching. As always, don't forget to let me know what you think, even if you didn't like it. I am not opposed to constructive criticism. Yeah, thanks again guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!